Hi, in this video I'm going to reconstruct my 1.65 official 2x2 average that I got at Denver-2024 about 3 weeks ago. I didn't record this average, but my friend recorded the last solve. Here's that. Anyways, I'm going to start with the first scramble. All of the scrambles will be in the description. So here's the first scramble. Right away, I noticed 5 moves to EG2 on blue like this, and that actually cancels into the algorithm that I use, but I didn't really like that solution too much. I looked around for a bit, and I saw this green bar near the end of inspection, and it's actually 2 moves to an all-right EG2, and I can even cancel a move. That was the solution that I chose, so this is what it looks like. I got a time of 1.60 on that scramble, which equates to 7.5 turns per second, which isn't ideal, but I'm pretty happy with the time. My goal for this round was to get Rocky's record average, which is 1.58, so starting with a 1.6 is pretty good. Here's the second scramble. Right away, I saw 7 moves to CLL on blue. I saw that it would give a very good case, however, I didn't like how long the solution would be, so I kept looking. I also saw this EG2 solution on orange, which would cancel into the algorithm that I use, but that was also a lot of moves. Towards the end of inspection, I saw 6 moves to CLL on red, and I ended up doing that. After the layer solution, I did U2, then a really nice CLL algorithm with no AUF. I got a 1.72 on that, which equates to 11 turns per second, and that's pretty good by my standards. However, a slightly worse time on that scramble meant I needed a very good solve on the next one to still be on pace for Rocky's record average. Here's the third scramble. Immediately, I noticed a bar on red and one on white as well. I first looked on red and saw it was 1 move to a TEG that I do not know, and from that I knew that any other solutions that I would do on that color would probably not be very good, so I didn't waste any more time and I looked at white. I saw that I could do 5 moves to an EG1, which ended up being a pretty nice case, but I didn't one-look that because of how slow the first step would be. After that, I looked at orange. At this point, I was pretty low on inspection time, maybe about 5 or 6 seconds left, so I missed a very nice solution into a really nice LEG1 case. Instead, I did RUF into an okay EG1, but I executed it pretty well at about 8 turns per second and got a time of 1.64, which is pretty good considering it was a rather awkward solution with 4 F moves. Okay, here's the fourth scramble. I was getting pretty nervous by now. I needed a 1.48 or lower to still have a shot at a Rocky's record average, so my nerves were pretty high. I noticed a 3-move EG2 solution on yellow into a not so great case, but I kept that in mind just in case I needed to come back to it later. I looked at blue and saw 5 moves into a pretty good EG1, but I didn't like that it'd rotate, and the LEG1 for that case isn't too great. I tried looking at the same solution but with a U2 before, which would give me an EG2. It ends up giving a good case, but the solution would be a little too long for my liking. I wasted some inspection time after this looking at random different colors, but I couldn't see any good first step solutions at all, so I went back to my EG2 solution on yellow. Then I rotated for my algorithm. I ended up with a 2.06 on that scramble, which I'm not too happy with. I executed it pretty poorly at just over 7 turns per second, but this solve did guarantee me a 1.81 average, which is pretty good for me, but not PR. However, I knew that would win. Since there's only one round of 2x2 at this competition, and I was by far the fastest competitor, I knew that no matter how I did on the last solve, I would be walking away with another first place. So all that being said, here's the 5th and final scramble. I immediately saw 5 moves to an EG1 on blue, but the algorithm for that case is pretty bad, and I didn't want to look a different solution to that same side, so I kept looking. I saw 3 moves to EG1 on red, and the case is pretty okay, but it would be a long solution. But I ended up going with that EG1 on red. So here's what that looks like. And I'll show that video that my friend took once again. So I got a 1.58 on that, which was my best time. I executed it almost flawlessly at over 11 turns per second, even while under a lot of pressure, and that gave me a 1.65 average. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this average. I have at least 5 rounds of 2x2 in January, so I hope to break this average very soon. I'll do a reconstruction of those if I get something good. Thanks for watching.